Okay, so I finally decided on a channel name, which I mean it was pretty obvious because the only way the last two videos would have been uploaded is if I had a channel to upload them on. Uh, so the first two videos, if you didn't know, the one of repairing the two broken figures and the 5 Carnegie figures I bought, and kind of just discussing the channel overall. Uh, I've actually did not have a name decided for the channel when recording those two videos, but I did decide on a channel name, obviously, which is Jurassic Theropods now, or at least that's what it currently is. Maybe if you're seeing this like a year from now, it might be something else, but currently the channel name is Jurassic Theropods now. Uh, and I'll kind of go over, well, that's exactly what this video is. I'm going to go over why that's the channel name. So the main reason is I wanted to go with something like prehistoric something, but there just wasn't anything that really fit that like stuck out. Like because I obviously wanted to do something I wanted to not do dinosaurs specifically because I am wanting to do dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals. So that's why I wanted to do prehistoric specifically. Uh, but I couldn't just there was just nothing that seemed to really fit exactly what I wanted. So then I just started thinking of other stuff, and I have two other channels, but my other two channels are J10 insert something because my initials are J10. So then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll just do something the opposite of J10, then some word, just do J word, T word, N word. Oh, um, but so for the J word, I chose Jurassic because it's one of the most popular times in prehistoric times. Uh, Obviously, a little part to do with Jurassic Park, but most people, when you talk about the periods that dinosaurs lived, obviously the Mesozoic, but when you split it up into the three, most people think of the Jurassic or Cretaceous. Most usually think of Jurassic just because of Jurassic Park. And most people don't think of the Triassic just because it was the very beginning. Most people think of either the Cretaceous or the Jurassic. Personally, I like the Jurassic and early Cretaceous. Well, the late Jurassic and early Cretaceous are probably my two favorite times during the dinosaurs. So Jurassic, obviously, with my first initial being J, worked. And then T for theropods because theropods specifically are my favorite group of dinosaurs, and also they're the only members that are still alive of the dinosaurs. So theropods kind of worked for a couple of reasons. And then the N for now because we're talking about these prehistoric animals now in the current times. So that's why I think the now kind of, I mean, obviously the other two kind of go better together than now, but I think it kind of fits. And there was nothing else that really made sense. So Jurassic Theropods Now is the current name of the channel. So if you like it, I would love to know. Or if you think I should change it to something else, just comment it and I'll consider. But now I kind of want to go over the mascot. So right now our profile picture happens to be one of the three dinosaurs in the background, but it's a baby version of one of these. And it's also probably my current favorite dinosaur. Because when I was little, it was probably between this dinosaur and Velociraptor. So, well, let's just get right into it. So, with my channel being Jurassic Theropods Now, obviously I wanted the channel mascot essentially to be a Jurassic Theropod. So, obviously I could have went with like Torvosaurus or Megalosaurus or something like that, or Ceratosaurus like this one made by Safari Limited, or Dilophosaurus. This one actually happens to have a broken crest. I think this one actually I bought from Michael's and it was already like that. Or Allosaurus. And I happen to choose Allosaurus because Allosaurus currently probably is my favorite dinosaur. And it and Velociraptor were probably about tied for a while from when I was little, but now I've probably started to lean to Allosaurus, honestly, and there's a couple of reasons. So obviously Allosaurus makes sense as the mascot just because it's a Jurassic theropod, and it's probably the most popular Jurassic theropod. But I want to go into specific reasons why I like Allosaurus, and why it's probably my current favorite dinosaur, not just out of the Jurassic theropods, but currently. But there's also been a couple of dinosaurs I've always liked Spinosaurus, so Spinosaurus is also pretty high up there. And I'm probably going to have some video in the future specifically. And I've also started to really like Dinochirus, just a really interesting animal. Because most people think it's a Therizinosaur, but then once you dive deeper in, you find out it's more related to like Struthiomimus and Ornithomimus than to Therizinosaurs, even though it's pretty similar looking to both. But Allosaurus right now probably is the favorite for me because
Obviously, there's kind of a little bit of a nostalgia factor for me because I grew up with Walking with Dinosaurs, and so and like Big Al, and so and out of the Walking with Dinosaurs series, the episode that features Allosaurus and Diplodocus is probably my favorite episode. So Allosaurus obviously got pretty high on my liking off of that. Then there's also been a bunch of actually. I know Jurassic Fight Club isn't the most popular dinosaur series, but I do like Allosaurus in it, even though I know he kind of doesn't make Ceratosaurus look too good in both episodes he's featured in. And then there's a bunch of other. Allosaurus is just such a popular dinosaur that's featured in a ton of documentaries. Also, like Prehistoric Planet, or is it Dinosaur Planet? One of the two. I can't think. I think it's Dinosaur Planet actually. One of the two. Can't think of which is which, but it's the BBC one that came out like early 2010s. And then there's a bunch of other ones. There's the Discovery one. I think When Dinosaurs Roamed America. But overall, just like as far as nostalgia and stuff, Allosaurus definitely. And I think also just like because I was kind of like, I guess, trying to be, I don't know if I was like specifically trying to be different. Because like T-Rex has never really been my favorite dinosaur. I don't know why it's never like been in my favorites or even like in contention, but I don't know. I just have always preferred Allosaurus and Velociraptor and Spinosaurus to T-Rex or something. And it's not that I dislike T-Rex. I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's where it's such a popular dinosaur that I'm just more interested in the less popular dinosaurs. Even though Allosaurus and Velociraptor are obviously very popular, but the second main reason, other than like the nostalgia factor, is some of it's just related to some really cool dinosaurs. Like I'm a big Carnosaur fan. Like the Carcharodontosaurs that descended from Allosaurus. Well, from Allosaurus relatives, I guess. Probably Allosaurus, but like specifically Carcharodontosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Mapusaurus, Acrocanthosaurus. All those are some of my personal favorite dinosaurs as well. So just all those being related to Allosaurus definitely doesn't hurt its case. Helps it a lot, actually. And then also the other half of what Allosaurus descended into, or Allosaurids, I should say, not Allosaurus specifically, but potentially Allosaurus specifically, but Allosaurids, the Neovenators, I believe. I know for sure Allosaurids descended into Carcharodontosaurs, but I think Neovenators were the other ones. And then there's also obviously been some debate over Megaraptor. Some people believe it's still a Carnosaur. Some people believe it's a Coelurosaur. Some people believe it's an early Tyrannosaurid, I should say. But definitely the Carcharodontosaurids help a lot with me liking Allosaurus. And then just the biology of Allosaurus. So one of the reasons why I think I'm not as big on T-Rex is honestly the arms. Like I know T-Rex kind of gets made fun of over its arms, even though like dinosaurs like Carnotaurus should get made way more fun of for the arms because its arms were literally pretty much just little nubs. But Allosaurus, is a dinosaur like the raptors that actually could use its arms. And obviously, this Allosaurus made by Papo isn't the most accurate Allosaurus because the wrists are kind of the wrong way. Honestly, this baby one from Safari Limited is probably more accurate. But, it could use those arms to mess something up. And it was just more agile than T-Rex. That's also probably why I like Albertosaurus and Gorgosaurus more than T-Rex. And I think that's one of the big factors is it's just like got all the stuff I like in a dinosaur. It's a top predator. That's one of the other reasons I like it more than why I've started to lean to it more than the raptors because it most likely was the apex predator of its environment, especially depending on what you feel about Saurophaganax or the other really large Allosaurid species that's only been found from one bone that some people either consider Saurophaganax or Allosaurus. And some people consider Saurophaganax just Allosaurus, just as a bigger subspecies. So, if Saurophaganax is actually just a big Allosaurus subspecies, which it very well could be, then Allosaurus was most likely definitely the top predator of the Jurassic, even though it still would have had competition with species like Torvosaurus. But just the factors why I like it more than like Tyrannosaurus is it had the arms. It was like the arms that could actually do some damage. It was more agile. And sure, its jaw was definitely a weapon, but not just like the pure weapon like with Tyrannosaurs. I like how it's just more of a, I guess just overall more of a I don't know. It's just, I feel like I like how its role fits better, and I like how its hunting style probably was better, because compared to like a Tyrannosaur, which would fight creatures about its size or smaller and just outforce them, I guess, like just crushing them. Uh, Allosaurus was more likely to potentially do the theory of like going up to sauropods and just ripping off pieces of their flesh, kind of like the Mapusaurus and it's whatever one I kind of already mentioned, Allosaurus and either Dinosaur Planet or Prehistoric Planet. One of those is the new one, but it's the one that BBC made in the early 2000s. You see the Mapusaurus just pulling off pieces of flesh of the Argentinosaurus, and that's pretty similar to what you'd expect Allosaurus to be doing to dinosaurs like Diplodocus or Apatosaurus or Camarasaurus or Brachiosaurus. Any of the big sauropods, Allosaurus most of the time probably just did that because it just makes more sense of a dinosaur that had the jaws that were more designed for flesh ripping. But I kind of just went on a ramble of stuff I like about Allosaurus, and Allosaurus, yeah, definitely probably is my current favorite dinosaur. Definitely probably my current favorite Jurassic theropod. So I guess this little guy is going to be our current little mascot. So thank you all so much for watching. I know I kind of just gone on a ramble about Allosaurus, but I really am liking this channel. And the name has started to grow on me a lot. Once I found it, I was like, I kind of like this, but now it's started to grow on me even more. So I think Jurassic Theropods now is probably going to be the channel name for a bit, at least. Hopefully it ends up being the channel name for a while. And at least for the now, Allosaurus is our mascot. So thank you all so much for watching. And I've got a bunch of really cool videos planned. I've got that cool Spinosaurus video I'm just going to keep mentioning. I've just been tweaking it a little bit. So I want it to be as good as possible. So my reasonings are really good in that video. But I've got that video coming up. I've got a video discussing the two big dinosaur movie, documentary, TV show type things that are coming up, and which of the two I'm more excited for. And some other just really cool stuff. There's going to be some other stuff featuring Allosaurus, though. So if you also like Allosaurus, just stay tuned and subscribe, because I will be having some more cool Allosaurus stuff. I'm considering doing an Allosaurus stop motion thing. He'll probably be the first dinosaur I do a stop motion thing of if I decide to go with the stop motion thing, though. And possibly if I do the dinosaur drawing thing on here, Allosaurus has a good chance of being the first dinosaur. So I went on another little ramble, but this is going to be the actual ending. So thank you all so much for watching. And I think we're out. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or if you want to see more videos from me, because it really lets me know that y'all want to see more stuff like this. So thank you all so much.